Hello and welcome to the Super Happy Fun Jabbertron Tea Party podcast with Kiki, Cupcake, Miss, and Tem. Shall your month of May or may be fruitful and bright. Enjoy the show.
Rawr!
Rawr!
How was your boat?
How'd you
Alright. I have released the body water. Feels much better. Means I peed.
That's good.
Okay, premium replacement. What up, Cupcake?
Hi, Cupcake, mush mush.
There we go. What? Nerds. Nerds, I say nerds.
What up, Dark?
Huber. Hop out. I'm looking in the right direction.
Sorry, I thought I was going to be late because I had to call in my sink yet again.
Is your sink ever not going to be... You know what? No, never.
It was backing up again, and then when I pulled up the stuff so that they could get into it later, I found water, and I was like, oh, fuck. You know my recently fixed sink? You know?
No, I'm aware. I'm just... At what point do they just tear it all out and start over?
Never.
I suppose when it probably starts causing wall rot, and they have to because the building's condemned.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where you're heading, because if it keeps back up, eventually it's going to leak in the wall, and then they're not going to have a choice, and they're going to have to fix it. Fix it.
Yeah. I mean, I would hope, anyway.
I mean, what do I know? I'm just a simple village fisherman.
What you drinking?
Since it's not going to be around much longer. Ghost sour watermelon warhead.
Is Ghost not going to be around longer, or is the sour watermelon?
No, their contract with the company that makes all this candy is running out, and they said, like, when supplies are out, these won't be made anymore. They're bringing new flavors out to replace them, but they won't be, like, Sour Patch Kids, Atomic Warheads, I think the Welch's Grape. Like, all the like, brand endorsement flavors are going away.
For which one again?
Ghost energy drink. So, like, the Sour Warheads one, the Sour Patch Kids one. I think the, like, Fatal something, like, there's a team one that's, like, Team Fatal Gaming or something that's going away. Because their endorsement contracts ran out. What could you possibly need? Oh, my God.
Oh, yes. Did you see there is a new Pope?
Yes.
And he's an American.
American Pope. Ooh.
Let the witch burnings begin.
Pope Leo the...
Whatever.
24th, something, I think. It has the X in front of it, so I think that's 20, right?
Yeah.
So 1X would be 10, 2X's would be 20.
Okay, so it must be 14th?
Yeah.
Yeah, 14th. Because there's only one X.
Yeah.
So. Yes. Oh, I can move those things. Sorry, I'm also doing Stardew Valley, so I'm moving some shit around. I'm like, oh, I can move that around. Oh. Sorry. I'm moving some shit around because I feel like it.
Oh, woo.
No, I can't. Oh, there we go. Because I kind of want to move some other shit around. Can I put this around? No, they're too close together right now. Anyways. But yes. And so, a moment. Let me pull up something. So I have a group group chat with Mr. Mish, and then with one of my good friends and her husband, who we've all become one big family. And Mr. Mish goes, "Who wants to bet they worked to get this through today in order to overshadow the news of Trump's quote-unquote trade deal with the UK?"
Yeah, the trade deal that Biden put together, or Biden's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, yeah, one can hope. Overshadow the orange puke shit.
I'm just more shocked that they picked an American.
Mm-hmm.
That is a huge thing of tea. My God.
Yeah, so?
Well, I mean, if I haven't forgotten, you have a bladder the size of a pea. I mean, I guess as long as it's not sweetened, it should be all right.
Sweetened.
I was gonna say that's a lot of sugar if it's sweetened, man. Your kidneys are gonna be like, ugh.
I don't sweeten my iced tea.
Sacrilege! No, I'm saying.
Go ahead.
Right, so I was gonna say I had to have a long conversation with a dietitian or nutritionist. I forget which one's the official. Like, one of those is a career, the other one is a legally defined and registered. Like,
I think the dietitian is.
Yeah, dietitian's the one where you go pass a board, like it's an actual licensed position. But at some point when I was trying to lose weight, we had that conversation because diet can affect your mental stability. No shit, Sherlock. And let's just say it was brought up to my attention that drinking tea with a lot of sugar is not just hard on your kidneys, it's hard on your liver, it's hard on your pancreas. And they had a long conversation with me, and I was like, I drink my tea unsweetened. Oh, that's just hard on your kidneys then. By the time I asked, I'm like, that's a lot of sugar.
No.
There's a bunch of old fucks who are like, they're like, you're gonna be dead soon. Oh my God, seriously. Does my phone ever stop calling? What could possibly... It's my day off.
Never.
Supposedly they're making a decision on our probation tomorrow. I'm going to laugh my ass off if they fire me tomorrow. I'm just going to be like, well, all right, bye. Good luck with the weekend.
Yeah.
Eyes back.
Okay. Oh
yes, Mr. Mish also has a short trip flying out this evening, meetings tomorrow, and flying home tomorrow night. So,
that's fun. I think
most of the time, yeah. I mean, sometimes it gets tiring, when you're like, okay, I'm traveling all over the goddamn place, but means my job, I got that means job security and all that shit. But I mean, there's reason like next week, Friday, so Friday, because I'm going on vacation, I will be in California, but I will be in Southern California, too far away from Kiki.
You're always too far away.
I know. And San Diego. So yeah, right by. I might decide if I feel like it, if I really, really feel like it, I might just say like, how far is like, can I get into Tijuana? Is that feasible? I just randomly go on to Mexico and be like, yo.
Trying to come back and they claim you as an uncitizen.
Yeah. Like, you're not a citizen. What the fuck? Yes, I am. But yeah, it's and so next Friday flying out, and then staying there through Wednesday afternoon, like midday ish.
Right.
and then driving to LA to visit my brother and his family through Thursday. And then Friday, Mr. Mish is flying home, and I am flying to Virginia because the oldest of my cousins on my dad's side of the family, so the oldest great-grandchild for my grandparents, is graduating high school. So I'm flying out to Virginia to go celebrate, because we all, a bunch of us got the invites and all that jazz. So going over to do that. Mr. Mish is going home because it's like, I would love to go, but I haven't been traveling all week, and yeah, I'm just tired. Like, send my good wishes, but yeah, I'm no. I was like, that's fine. And, I'll send my congratulations. That's why I told my cousin when I RSVP'd, like, sorry, can't come, but he'll traveling. Which she gets because she's been traveling for her job for like forever, so I think she'll get it. So, but yeah, so that'll be, and then I fly back Sunday, so that'll be lots of flying fun. Oh, and then my friend and I are still doing our girls trip at the end of June, to the New York town that is a bunch of bookstores. So we just kind of clarified, like, okay, I'll drive, because she lives in like Northeast Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, okay, I'll drive to you. It's like, so my thought was, I drive to you, and then, Thursday night, Thursday afternoon / evening, I drive to you, and then Friday morning, then we leave Friday. So she's like, yes, as long as I drop off my kid to, we'll drop her off to daycare and then we'll leave. I'm like, okay, that's fine by me. But I'm like, I don't, because I told her, I said, I don't want you to have to drive west and then we have to drive east again. Like, that makes no sense. I'll drive east to get to you, and then, she is like, they have a big enough house that, even with like the master bedroom, and they have just one kid, they already set up the house for like their room, an office, like a guest room, and then like a specific room dedicated to like all the nieces and nephews. So they got a big enough house. So it's like, yeah, it's like, I just want to make sure, like, if that's my thought, is how we're, and she's like, yep, okay. So I'm like, sweet. But yeah, so that's the recent travels that are going to be happening.
Well, you're just a busy bee.
Yes. Oh, and so question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Question. If you guys were like, okay, if I said to you, I need to buy a vacuum cleaner, you would assume I would know where to go to get the vacuum cleaner, correct?
Yeah.
Like in the store?
Yeah, like if so my mom calls me, and she calls during dinner, so I let her go over voicemail. Oh, can you call me back? I've got a question. I call her back. Her question was, I can't figure out the Roomba. Your brother can't. My neighbor can't. Yada, yada, yada. Where can I go get a vacuum cleaner? And I was sitting there staring into space. Like, I'm trying not to actively dissociate. I'm like, go to Target for a vacuum cleaner. I should not need to tell you where to go to get a vacuum cleaner. I'm like, let me just because I know my brain doesn't want to math right now. She's been a legal adult, like I'm saying 18 years old. She's been since 18. She's been an adult for 53 years. And she doesn't know where to go to get a fucking vacuum cleaner. I was like, Mom. I was like, oh, you guys have one? I'm like, yeah. Where'd you get it? Bed Bath & Beyond, but they don't have stores anymore. Oh, yeah, I can get it online. I'm like, yeah. But if you want to look at it before you buy it, you need to go into a store. I'm like, Target, Kohl's, Walmart. Why do I need to tell you? And this is after, on Saturday, having a conversation with her for over an hour, trying to explain to her how to find, now, Apple products. I don't know about, I can't remember for Android products because it's been like years and years since I've had one. But with Apple products, it comes preloaded with the Maps app for like the iOS Maps app. You can download Google Maps if you want to, but the Apple products, at least the phones and the iPads, come downloaded with that. I had to spend over an hour with her, telling her, and then I've had this conversation with her before. I'm certain my brother has too. How to find it and put in stuff, because she's like, I can't remember how to get places. I'm like, okay. I've told her several times during that call, you need to go into this app every single day, at least once a day, and play around with it. Get used to it. Because if you are going out somewhere and it's during the week and I can't answer, my brother can't answer, our spouses can't answer, and you're not at home and nobody can answer you because we're all at work, you need to know how to get yourself out of that situation. Oh, can I just go into a gas station and have them put it into my phone? I'm like, Mom, you don't want to hand your phone to a complete stranger. You don't know these people. It's like, could I just ask for directions? Yeah, you could. But I'm like, if you already have the ability on your phone to get to where you're going. So, yeah. And as I had it on speaker, because I was, going through it on my phone, so I could tell her, like, do this, then do this. So Mr. Mish could hear me. So I said, go to your apps library and search maps. She's like, okay, apps library. And then she's like, and literally within 30 seconds of me saying, go to apps library and search maps at the top. And she gets to it, she's like, oh, you said Google Maps? And Mr. Mish was upstairs. I could just hear him start to hysterically laugh. I was like, Mom, what did I just tell you I literally said, what did I just tell you 30 seconds ago? And I said, if I sound frustrated, it's because I feel like you're not listening to me. So that's been my mother the past week. Yay. And I don't know if she wonders why I haven't called her to make plans for this Sunday or not.
Is your mom just not listening, or is she mentally declining?
Yes.
Yeah, she's mentally declining. I swear to fucking God, she's mentally declining. But she remembers how to do other things, but it's like, yeah, because I've had conversations with my brother and my sister-in-law and Mr. Mish, and it's like, at a certain point, because I'm like, it has to be either weaponized incompetence or just incompetence, because it's like, somehow, like, and because that's why we've been trying to get her to go out and do things, but she just comes up with excuses to not do things.
It's probably a combination of she's declining and she knows she's declining, but it's embarrassing to admit that it's happening.
Yeah, so I would assume that yes, it's a mix.
Like, I'm agreeing, I'm not disagreeing. Of like the weaponized incompetence. Like she's starting to notice she's having issues, and she's not too prideful, too proud. to admit that, like, oh shit, my memory's going? I'm guessing. Sorry, I'll shut up.
Yeah, oh, that's how that's just as good, because we've mentioned that, like, when Mr. Mish and I were talking, we've mentioned that. Like, there is a chance, because people who have been related to those with dementia and Alzheimer's and memory issues have said that those people have said it's scary when you're like, I know I should know this and I don't know this, and it's scary. And so I get that it's scary that she's like, I'm just, as she said it before, like, it's scary, I'm not remembering things. But yes, she won't, and I've told her this as well, that she won't continue to go see a therapist who may be able to tell her if she's actually having memory issues.
Fuck, go see a neurologist, for God's sake.
Yeah. So I told her, I said, either go to your therapist. Or what therapist? You know, Heather, the one that you said you liked her staff, or you go see your general practitioner and tell him, I'm having memory issues. Can I get a referral? But I feel like, why do I need to tell you to do something that anyone who has, I feel like, is common sense? But I try not to gaslight myself. I'm like, I get it that it's scary and you don't necessarily want to find out, but it's like, at some point, if you're not remembering stuff,
the whole thing is, even if you're scared, the sooner you treat these like chronic neurological disorders, like, the less severe they are. The longer you wait, the harder it is to treat them and slow/halt their like. I've had this from people like, well, I'm afraid I'll find out that I have it. Yeah, but if you get on medication to help your brain not turn guacamole, your brain will take longer to turn to guacamole.
Like, that's the thing. And that's also the thing. Like, oh, hey, I get it. Like, totally get it. And it's like, look, it's been over the past year and a half where because I texted Mr. Mish during the issue, like, he's not going to listen. She's not going to pay attention. I'm like, I don't care. And then also later on in that conversation I had with her last Saturday, I texted Mr. Mish again. I'm like, I'm such a great mom because I feel like I'm mothering her. I'm being the adult in the situation. And it's like, at some point, I'm going to sit there and stare at her and go, what the fuck? Why am I sitting here being the parent to you and telling you how to do things that you as an adult should know how to do? I'm like, it's not meant as as like a criticism or anything. It's a legitimate, with the way you've spoken to me over the past year and a half and the way you've acted, why am I being the parent and the therapist and the customer service rep and tech support? But I've also had a conversation with her that ended with, because she was mad. Because it was right after, like, she called me a Friday night and then also a Saturday morning. And the Saturday morning, because she was mad at my brother for putting parental controls on her phone to help protect her against, like, making those phone calls that would end with her getting scammed. And it's like, finally, I was scared because I was getting tired of her just bashing my brother for no reason. I was like, when was the last time you asked me how I was doing, or how Mr. Mish was doing, or my brother, or your daughters-in-law, or your sons, or your grandkids? When was the last time? And she got real quiet. Because she knew the answer to that question was, I don't remember the last time I called somebody just to see how they were doing. Like, I don't remember the last time she called me to ask me how I was doing. Or it wasn't just, hey, I have a question, tech support, customer service type question. So it's like, yeah. I told Mr. Mish once, like, I had the thought of, like, if you continue to call me with customer service or tech questions, I'm going to expect payments for that, $20 an hour, even if it's only 5 minutes. And he was like, be careful what you wish for. I'm like, I get that. Because, at some point it would be no more speaking as family. But it's like, she cut off my grandma for a good reason. I might add, I agree with her reasoning at the time. But it's like, yeah, she cut off my grandma and didn't speak to her for like 7 years. So she alienated the parents of her goddaughter by question, like, why did you let her wear that dress? It's a little too low cut.
Oh God, I remember this.
You remember that?
I didn't mean that like I remember it exactly like you told me. I just mean like as soon as you said that, I remembered you talking about this.
Yeah. Where it was like, okay, number one, because like I explained at the time, like number one, style changes. Okay. Number two, you are not her parent. You're not her parent. Yes, you were her godmother, but you were not her parent. And by the time we saw those pictures on Facebook, it was too late for you to say anything to one of the parents to change their minds. And number three, even if you thought it was the wrong dress for her, like, it was like, yeah, maybe it was a little bit lower wrist long. It's like, it's not even your goddamn business because you're not the parent. And is it maybe it is a little bit lower cut, but it was a like floor length dress. At least her hoo-ha was not flapping in the wind, right? At least it was just tees, right? And I turned to her because I remember my freshman year homecoming dress was like mid thigh length.
Right.
And maybe a little bit lower. It's like, well then, Mom, if you thought that was inappropriate, why did you let me go to freshman homecoming in the dress I wore? Well, your older brother convinced me. I'm like, no. I was just kind of sat there staring at her like, my older brother told you to let me wear it. What the fuck? If you thought that your daughter was going to wear a dress that was inappropriate, her brother has zero say in what his sister gets to wear. If the parent thinks it's inappropriate. So you should have said, either buy another dress or you're not going. But no, my older brother talked her into letting me wear the dress. I'm like, fuck. So it's one of those things where it's like you start looking back at memories, and you're like, the fuck, this is messed up. Like, how messed up is this shit? Like, and also having the realization of like, my nephew, thank you for calling.
Nope.
Yeah, because I didn't give you to get a bigger container of tea. That's just way too small. It's like a baby size. I'm gonna tease you relentlessly about it because that is ridiculous. That's like a fucking 2-liter bottle.
I was gonna get a bigger one, but this was cheaper. It was on sale. It was only $4.
What the? What do you need, a gallon? You gotta go there a gallon of tea a day? Make your kidneys really work for it?
Yep. I love my tea.
Such a freak. Such a freak. He says on his like 4th can of Monster or whatever Ghost.
I got little slices of lemon in it. It's good.
What the fuck?
What?
The fuck? So I made some tea. Goo, 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 goo. I gotta better go make more tea. I'm out.
There's more in the fridge.
It doesn't help when I try to tease you. You're like, no, actually, I have more. It takes me like 2 weeks to go through a gallon of tea. You're like, I got another gallon in the fucking refrigerator.
Oh no, I gotta make a fucking thing every day.
Why don't I just picture you with like one of those fucking 5-gallon Gatorade things? Just like, this is not big enough. We gotta go to the 50-gallon drum.
If I could fit that in the fridge.
Oh, see, you wouldn't fit it in the fridge. You would get a cooling jacket for a keg.
Rawr.
Yes.
And then you'd have a pressurized system to fill your pitcher with off the keg. If you're wondering how I know this, I worked it out for a party. And we bought an 80-gallon keg, like idiots. I've never drank so much Heineken in my life.
Nice.
This is what happens when 4 STEM majors, 2 engineers, 2 hard science majors try to figure out how they're going to cool a keg of beer that is 5 feet tall, and we built a water jacket.
Nice. But yes, to finish my statements.
Okay.
So, I look at my nephew. Is he a little bit socially awkward, and he's done some things that he maybe needs correcting on from his parents? Again, I'm not his parent. But I'm sitting there as he's getting older, and I'm like, dude, you substitute the video games with books, and switch genders, and you're staring at me.
Right.
I'm staring at myself. Like,
right.
He's very quiet. He's great at video games. And when I was like, I just don't understand all those video games. I'm sitting there staring at her like, you've never understood. You've never understood. You didn't understand me with my
don't
books.
understand. Sorry, okay, continue.
It's not phase, Mom. But I'm like, yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, even if, and you can ask Drax this, even if I don't fucking get it, because he's yammered on at me about science shit. I'm like, oh, cool. Ooh, you could do that. Like, you pay attention to people. Even if you're like, it's so far over my head that I'm like, hurt to her. You'll pay the fuck attention. And that's how you know how to get gifts for people for their birthday and for Christmas.
Yeah, fuck you. Fucking read my mind every fucking March. Kiss my ass. What you get you this year, really Cupcake? Cookies? What? Cookies? What? I don't understand why you're so happy. Somebody bought me cookies. What the fuck? Why are you so... Oh my god, I got cookies for my birthday.
Yeah, like, and the thing with the whole, like, the Danhausen thing. I was like, I don't know WWE or whatever it's called now. I don't get it. Like, I know what it is, and I sort of get it. But, like, I don't pay attention. But they love it. And he loves this wrestler in particular. So when I saw that shit, I was like, I'm getting that shit for cake.
I just love the old school, like, over the top persona wrestlers, and like Danhausen's probably the closest thing that we've got now to that.
I would say so.
But
I mean, there's some other dudes, but it's not like it was in the 80s.
There we go. But yeah, it's like, yeah, that's why I sit there and I have good presents for my brother and sister-in-law.
Right.
And you turn on and give me a sketching journal. And my brother and sister-in-law and husband are sitting there looking at my face, which is clearly projecting a what the actual fuck face. Because my face does not know how to shut the fuck up.
Like, you're clearly a creative person, but definitely more in the writing genre.
Yeah.
At least that's how I've always understood it. I'm not saying, like, whatever, like, but you always came off to me as more of a writer, less of an artist.
Yeah, like, I've always written shit. And I'm like, and see that, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. I've never met you in real life, and probably never will meet you in real life. No offense.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, dude, some person who I never met in real life knows me better than my mother. Her. But yeah. So that's why it's like, yeah. I'm like, it's not that hard to pay attention. And like, unless I'm being stupid about it, which I don't think I am. I'm like, it's not that hard to pay attention to people.
God damn it, boss. Ask anybody. This is why I'm like, I have no idea what I'm getting my mother. Not a clue in the world. It's probably just going to be a card at the point.
I'm getting my mother food.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like getting her something she likes for dinner, or
yeah.
That's a good one. Present. I was actually kind of thinking getting her a card like some Chipotle gift cards. She likes Chipotle.
She wants to try this new restaurant, so I'm thinking about getting her something from there.
Well, that's cool.
Cool.
It's called Taco John's.
No, you guys finally got a Taco John's?
I don't know if it's a chain. Or it just happens to be called a Taco John's.
Oh my god, did you guys finally get Taco John's out there? I gotta look this up. Oh my god, if you guys got Taco John's out there, I'm gonna die laughing.
Whoops, I hit the wrong key. Hi, kitty.
Meow.
It's like, human parental unit. I demand sacrifice. And scritties.
No, it must be just supposed to have the same name, because currently... Oh, no! Wait, no, okay, no, that's... The nearest one currently is in Reno, Nevada. Probably just... It just happens.
Me venting about a parent that I've given up on, basically.
Yeah.
And also, like, telling my brother, because it's like, yeah, I mean, it probably should have occurred to me before now, but I'm like, my mom's one friend that she always used to hang out with ghosted her. I'm like, and now I get it. Now I fucking get it.
Or wait, is it Taco John? What the fuck was it called?
Well,
Taco Joe! Not Taco John, I'm sorry.
Okay. I say Taco John's is a chain, and I was gonna laugh, like, get some potato olays.
No, it's called Taco Joe Cafe. It's got American flags everywhere.
Oh yeah, Taco Joe Cafe, California.
I'm sorry, but Taco Joe's
there it is.
American...
Wow. They don't even have a menu? Oh, they do have a menu.
Here, let me see here. I gotta see this now.
Sorry. That's interesting.
Oh, stuffed comes with fries. This doesn't look bad, actually.
No, this looks good.
Hi, kitty.
Yeah. It's just a general purpose California, taco burrito joint. Looks like, well, that'll be good. But yeah, sorry, miss. Sorry, your mom and you are, as usual, going at it.
Yeah, it's... yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, dude, like, but yeah, she hasn't said anything about me not calling her more than once a week.
I mean, how dare
And I'm
you?
like,
How dare you?
I know, right? But for my sanity, it's like, nope. And because I was in a stream friend's stream last night on
Yeah,
Twitch, and we
right.
were talking through, like, because she was talking to chat, but she was reading chat. I told her the same thing about the vacuum cleaner, and she was like, "Are you fucking serious?" So I'm like, "I'm fucking serious." Fucking like a fucking heart attack. I'm serious. She asked me where she could buy a vacuum cleaner. I mean, she's a little bit younger than me. She's maybe in her late 20s, early 30s. But yeah, it was like, yeah, no, I'm fucking serious. Like, holy crap. So, all right, so hold on, I'm switching over here.
Yeah, actually, give me a second. I'm gonna get a drink. Oh,
Okay.
my ears.
Okay.
Oh, hi,
There we go.
puppy.
Put headphones on while my.
Hi, puppy dog.
But yeah. And uncharacteristically for Mr. Mish, after, because we're about to go to dinner, and I hang up, and he's like, "You get as much alcoholic drinks as you want." I'm like, "I will." I fucking hate this shit. Oh. Anyways, here we go. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to go to. I was like, oh, I might want to grab a couple other things for the tacos. And I'm like, well, I need to go to the grocery store anyways because I've got prescriptions to pick up. So I'll just.
This new air conditioner, my God, makes my
I know,
office
right?
look nice one. Amazing.
Ooh, expect.
I'm so used to having to be here, like, in, like, short sleeves because it's so hot. I'm like actually getting cold.
What you doing, Ringo? Come here. Ringo butt. Ringo butt.
Okay, are you blue collar? No.
At least it's not a Paps.
Ugh.
God, I hate Paps. I hate beer, but
Ugh.
I don't like the taste of hops.
Yeah, I mean that was my biggest thing. Like I didn't like the taste of hops, like whatever I was trying before I tried the Schafferhofer grapefruit.
I can't have
I would get
grapefruit.
like a third of the way through and I'll be like,
Yes.
this is gross.
Haha.
And then finally I was like, oh, well, let me try Schafferhofer. I like grapefruit. I was like, bitch, beer can be good. Bitch.
My mom's finally on cholesterol medication that lets her have grapefruit again.
No, it's my
Yeah, I know. I was making a joke.
yeah, it's my Abilify, not my cholesterol medication. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But there's more than one class of drug that is affected by it.
Yeah.
I found it the hard way. Also, narcotic painkillers.
Yeah.
Did not know that. It was like, this grapefruit soda is really good. And the urologist looks at me and goes, sorry, what? Like, yeah, I got this grapefruit seltzer. He's like, dude, you're on hydromorphine. I'm like, and? He's like, you want to die? Like, what?
It's like, bitch, you should know about the American healthcare system. We don't know shit.
Woo.
I'm sorry, Cupcake, did you have a death wish? Death wish? When?
It's like, not that I have no.
It just cuts to my bloodied corpse. In the distance, you just see Mish. You son of a bitch!
I'm like, did I tell you can die, bitch? No, get the fuck back up.
It's exactly what happened. I get up, covered in my own blood, just look at you and go, do you know how much that stings?
Yes, bitch, that's why you should have done it.
As I spit the bullet out. You are not partner. Stick your tongue out at me. I'll grab that thing, pull it right out of your head. Snaps back like a fucking window shade.
Oh, that's my phone call. I'll be right back.
Ah, yeah, have fun. Bye.
Rawr.
Call of Destiny.
Fuck.
You want me to do your best. Don't ask me why. On Easter, my cousin gave me one of these Miller High Lifes. They have no flavor. They're fucking awesome. They're like, it's swill. Blech.
Yeah, like, as I was gonna mention before, like,
I
with the
think. Anyway, go ahead.
with
Sorry.
the mass-produced beer, what I would call mass-produced beer, so like the Miller Lite, Bud Light, etc. I look at that and go, if I want piss-flavored beer, I'm going to drink
Number one,
Mexican beers.
it's like sex in a canoe. It's fucking close to water.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
my
it's like
favorite fucking joke. It's like sex in a canoe. What? It's like fucking close to water.
But I'm like, if I really wanted that color of beer, I'm not getting that brand. I'm getting Corona. I'm getting Modelo.
See, I don't like Mexican beer. Like, I like this because it's inoffensive. That's literally why I bought it, because it has no strong flavor.
Makes sense.
Like, I'm not disagreeing with you. I fully agree with your statement. I'm just saying, like, I bought that because it has no strong flavor. It's like drinking a Coke.
Nice.
Also, it's better than drinking hard spirits out of a glass because I get way less drunk.
Yeah.
Which I also have a bottle of that, but that's a after dinner problem because I think I'm gonna have to probably go to my grandma's and go Mother's Day shopping. I legitimately, I think I'm gonna get my mom a gift card to fucking Chipotle and a Mother's Day card and just call it good. And she's like, that's not acceptable. I'm like, bitch, I'm tired.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Mm.
It's been a fucked up 24-ish hours for me. Just a lot of shit going down.
Yeah.
I'll probably get into it later when we're not recording because I think I kind of need adult perspective, and that's you and on something.
Okay.
Not me. I'm fine. Everything is fine here. Like, it's not me. It's not my family. But I had an interaction last night that I went like, oh shit, I need to talk to another adult because I may not be making good decisions. Though I am an adult.
Yeah.
And I mean that with the deepest respect. Like, I'm not making fun of myself. I'm not making fun of you guys. Like, I feel like I need to talk to another responsible adult because I'm going like, oh boy, I'm in the deep end.
Yeah.
But it's nothing life threatening. Nobody's in danger. Like, everything's fine. It's just like, I need perspective. People who are more adult than I am. And that's saying something because I am the adult. Like in my life or whatever, I am the adult. Barring my parent.
Yeah.
Even then, it's like you're saying, it's like you're kind of the adult because your parents kind of
Yeah.
And my mother's less malicious than yours. I'm just saying, I'm like, she's getting mad at me because I'm getting pissed, and I'm just like, I'm very tired, and your bullshit is slowly alive.
Yeah.
And I mean that I love my mom. I'm not complaining. I'm just like, I have to try really hard to be a better son because I'm really failing hard right now. I'm real tired. I'm real fucked up. Like, not fucked up like I can't handle my life, but just fucked up. And like, it's been a lot like between work, home, and like the house is being recited and grandma, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I need sleep. He's gonna come back and be like, what the fuck happened? I was gone. Cupcake just spilled his guts at random.
Mm. Sorry, having snack. I am listening.
No, you're good.
Eh.
I figured you said you were switching. I'm like, oh, it's time for lunch, snack, or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been trying to do more fun stuff, and less just sitting here being comatose, and making slow progress.
Yeah.
I really need to clean this room, but that's gonna be, I think. Oh, I was gonna say next weekend problem, but yeah, it's looking like I'm working next weekend because the part timer for the opposing weekend to me just texted me at 3 a.m. and said, I'm not coming in. I'm like, great, thanks. 2 weeks ago, he, for prom off, I was like, dude, you're scheduled. Like, no. And he's like, I'm taking it off. I'm like, that's fine. You're taking points for not showing up to work. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, don't look at me and be like, well, I need it off. You knew when prom was. Don't play the I just thought about it shit, because prom is kind of set in stone, my friend.
Yeah. Like, hold on.
Yeah, you're fine.
It's set in stone by like January or February.
Yeah, he
Like,
asked like last week sometime. It's on the 17th. So he texted me this morning at 3 a.m. and goes, I'm not coming in, lol. I'm like, okay. Your funeral.
Yep. Getting stuff out of my teeth.
I feel that.
There we go. Yeah, it's like most of the time, like I said, by January, February, it's set in stone. It's going to be
Right.
this day. So you have like at least 4 months notice, like 3 to 4 months notice of, hey, this is when this is.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you miss me?
Yes, we did.
Always.
Aww. I mostly just wanted to know what size nipple I wanted.
The size that fits?
A quarter. You know.
A quarter.
To share.
Like, size of a... Like...
The size of a quarter.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought you meant, like diameter of a quarter.
Yeah. Because mine are ridiculously huge. That went shorter than I expected, because I don't really have any questions.
You're like, I just want these fuckers off. Let's get there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because when you start this journey, you realize, God, I've hated these things for so long. Anyway. I miss anything?
Cupcake spilling his guts, but you know, that's...
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
It's okay. He'll be talking to us about it later after podcast.
Okay.
Yes.
It's nothing serious, just me being like, I needed a more adult.
I'm sorry.
It's not me, nothing, there's no serious business. Just like, had an experience yesterday that I was like, I need to talk to other grown-ass adults about, because I'm not sure if I held it correctly. I'm a little like... Short answer is somebody talked to me, And what they stated to me, I went, oh God, you need, like, with no malice in my heart, you need intervention. And not in the bad way intervention, but you need help from somebody with a doctorate in psychiatry, neuroscience. And I was like trying to be gentle, going, what you are describing to me reads as X. I understand your position in life right now means that if it is X, Y, or Z, things might get a little complicated. But I'll leave it there. And when we're done recording, I'll explain later what happened.
Okay.
Nothing serious, no life-threatening anything, just kind of like, I didn't realize I had a perspective of something, and when I heard what is actually happening in this person's life, I went, oh shit. You know, I think they're here. They're actually, like, down here somewhere, as far as life experience is going. And I went, glad I said hello.
Well, okay.
That thing exploded. But yeah, other than that, I started watching, I don't know what the hell it's called, something Jobless Reincarnation.
Be right back.
Okay.
It's an anime. I don't remember what. I couldn't tell you what the title is. It's an isekai. Guy is a loser, like, gets killed saving somebody, comes back as the son of a minor nobleman, has a aptitude for magic, and pretty clearly going to be a harem anime because it keeps running into cute girls.
Okay.
Like, he's 10 right now, but, like, pretty clearly, like met a cute girl, like, hit, like, competent mage level, sent by his father to tutor his cousin, who is a tsundere. Would a tsundere beat you up? Because I think it's tsundere.
Yeah, I know exactly. I can picture the word you're saying. I don't know how to.
I feel like tsundere, but that might be an understatement because she slapped him, he slapped her back, so she just, like, cross-countered his face.
Okay.
God, I love a good tsundere.
Yeah.
Bit of a tired trope, but can be good.
Right. It works well in that it is not the end all be all.
That reminds me of the. It's sort of a harem fic, sort of. But it's also in the Omegaverse ish thingy.
Right.
Where here, let me so it's in Overwatch, so it's alternate universe.
Okay.
What is this thing? Yeah, bring this open. Now, so still there's, like, my favorite pairings are in there, which is Reaper 76 and High Noon. But what I'm doing is that, like, there's, like, different kind of, like, the governments around the world are still, like, royalty based, monarchy based a little bit. So, like, yes, oops, that's what I meant. So, we have in, like, the southwest, like, in the, let me bring up Google Maps because I'm gonna need to confirm what I'm correct on. Thinking for Santa Fe area. So we have him, and their main area is by where the Navajo Nation is, which is at the intersection of Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico. So kind of in that little center area. And we have Japan, which is still under an emperor, which currently is Hanzo and Genji's father, but he's not an asshole or anything. So the thing is, like doing the whole like Omegaverse coordinating thing, etc., etc. Now Reaper 76 and Cassie are called the Horse Lords because they have like 3 or 4 really large horse herds, and they're the breeding and etc. etc. Now there is one singer that I got for the folks from Southwestern America, but it also is like a little bit like so like their clothing and their outfits, because it's going to be very dusty, very etc etc, very windy, all that jazz. So they're going to need to be covered up. I'm going to give some examples. So the singer that I found I'm assuming he, but it's a little bit like there's several other singers where they're completely covered up with a mask. So it's called Witches. So he's like wearing like he's all black, kind of a black wide brimmed hat. Like I'm assuming it's breathable. The fabric over his entire face, kind of poncho like thing. So that's the inspiration that I got. Was they were, the serapes and ponchos. They have their pants that are tucked into boots. Of course the whatever they're here it's like really escaping me, but like chaps. I had to like think for a second. I'm like, what is called when they're not wearing anything? Assless chaps. Okay, I had to think about that for a second. So like the chaps, and then they wear like either bandanas or some other face covering and some sort of cowboy hat, like newsies type cap, something like that, where they're basically it's all covering, because they drive horse herds through the desert and scrubland and kicking up all the dust. You kind of got to be covered up.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, gloves and ponchos and serapes and hats and bandanas and all that shit. So, I think let me actually take a look here. Pull up on that one. Dashboard series, because I know it's a series. It's of dragons and horses. So currently it is how many? 3 chapters. One of the chapters was written for Yihon Week last year or earlier this year, or last year. Sorry, hasn't happened yet this year, or I missed it this year. So I was like, okay, I'll do this for Yihon Week, and then I'll chapter 3. So Hanzo is, and I'm also taking some inspiration, and I understand that this is a little bit like borrowing from other cultures, but I'm also borrowing from the Chinese period dramas.
Okay.
A little bit for like, because like I explained in one of the. Thank you for calling.
Oh, okay. I have not watched any more of Lord Marksman and What's the Fuck.
Okay.
I just haven't had the time. I've been watching other stuff. Like,
yeah, I hear you. Whatever.
Well, more listening, because I've been editing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching random YouTube shit because I just have not had the energy / low grade depression, or it's a combination of exhaustion and life is Joe.
Yeah.
And again, as I tell everybody, I'm not complaining. Saying it's I've reached a point in my life with the amount of psychiatric and psychological help I've gotten in childhood that like I treat it more like having allergies than actual being a real detriment to my life. I mean, it is, but it's like I'm aware that how I'm feeling is not really how I'm brain dumb. I don't know if I think that would make sense to you.
Yeah.
Like instead of wallowing in the fact that I feel like dog shit and I hate my life, Dad, it's like that's just your brain being dumb. Get off.
I think that's a pretty healthy way to think about it.
Yeah, like I've said, I reached the point where it was like, instead of like, I wish I was dead, I just wish I was taking a nap. And even my doctors were like, that's an improvement. I'm like, I don't know what to say because like I get to be dead forever, but like, maybe I just need a nap. Maybe I don't need to be dead. And every time I sleep or take a nap, I always feel a little better when I wake up.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So let me look it up. Look in the palace. Okay, so one of the ones that I, watch a lot is Rui's Royal Love in the Palace. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. But let me see if I can find. Okay, so this is just. Okay, so Okay, I'm just looking for background images at this point. So, really quick, let me finish notating in this account. But like I took inspiration from like the set. I had to think for a second. Let me just finish this notation really quick.
Man, my arms are hairy.
Mm.
I mean, they're not you, Harry, but nothing is you, Harry. Although it's
hey, I resemble that. God damn it!
Neither really shows up well in the camera. You gotta get up close.
Yeah, like that. And I have, because of my heritage, like my body hair isn't super dark, even though my head is like almost black, dark brown. But like you can see it in my beard. My paternal grandmother was a redhead. My maternal grandmother, who is still alive, was blonde, fortunately gray. So I have a tricolored beard, which is the same for my body hair. Reddish blonde. Not as bad as your husband, who is blonde, but like they're like, you're not that hairy. I'm like, feel the shag bug.
Yeah, hubby has blonde body hair.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to see, except for like a patch right here, which is dark brown.
You go like this, and they go, Jesus Christ!
So yeah, Mr. Mish is like Cupcake.
Yeah.
Where unfortunately, not everywhere except for the head, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, like same thing. You pull down the neckline of his t-shirts, and it like goes all the way up to like and if he grew a beard, it probably would be neck beard.
Yeah. The only reason I don't have the neck beard is I shaved today, but otherwise I would have literally have a hairline all the way up.
Okay, but I shared the set, like some examples of like the sets. So like stuff like that where I'm like, so I'm like, not a lot of people are going to like see the difference or know the difference unless they know exactly. But like, I just say I took inspiration from, and I didn't say it's exactly like this. I said I took inspiration from this because I know that Japanese architecture is very, very similar.
Right.
For like the Forbidden City in Japan, it's going to look like that. Very similar, at least to European or Americanized. So like, Cassidy is going to Japan as the alpha to begin courtship of Hanzo, who is the first prince of the Dragon Emperors. Genji is the second prince, and then they've got other siblings, but they haven't. It's just made mention of like other siblings. And so Genji's also has. There's also another group, like, or emissaries or whatever, that come from Tibet. I specify Tibet, because Genji's also getting his quote unquote harem. It's gonna be like Zenyatta, Mandata, Ramatra, the traditionally robots, but they're gonna be human in this AU. They're there for Genji. Well, actually, no, but they may be Omnic. I'm not quite sure, because I mentioned that they didn't show up with Cassidy and Reaper in 76 because their chassis had to kind of catch up with they got stressed from the travel. So I'm like, I may have made them still Omnics. I'm not. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right there. Anyways.
Okay. While working on stuff, I've been listening / sort of watching Mystery Quest, which is a one-shot let's play group. Not let's play, roleplay group.
Okay.
They play like Call of Cthulhu and, Cyberpunk and all that, Necromancer, Morkborg, other games that I can't remember right now.
Yeah.
Discworld, other shit. They're fun. They're on YouTube.
Very nice.
We also started watching season 2 of The Last of Us.
Very nice.
Ooh.
Which just started back up on Max.
I've been watching a streamer play that. Be prepared for. I'm not going to tell you.
I already know.
All right, you know about Joel?
Yes, they've already gone over it in the show, and I've played some of that game.
Okay, because I was about to say, because he was playing through first time playthrough for him, and when they basically golf clubbed him to death, we were all staring at. Thank you for calling.
Yes, spoilers for people who don't know. Joel fucking dies. It is the whole plot of the second game is revenge. Revenge!
Whoa. And I quote, Spec Ops Alliance, do you feel like a hero now? Do you feel like a winner?
There's very important parts of the end of the game about Ellie learning and whatnot, but about herself and shit and whatnot. But it starts off with someone getting revenge, and then Ellie going after revenge, and then whatnot. But it's, oh my god, it's so good. So good. I highly recommend it if you have access to it, or I'll just show it to you. This first season was great. Second season is great. Bella Ramsey is such a great Ellie. Such a great actress. Not actress, actor. Sorry, she's non-binary. They are non-binary. Fuck. I've also been watching Doctor Who, which just came back. Also great. It's only on the 3rd episode? 4th episode? 3rd episode. 4th episode. Also good. But other than that, mostly YouTube. Mostly YouTube. Who's been playing what? I've been playing a little bit of Expedition 33 when I can. Hubby's been playing it more than me. He's on Act 2. All the emotions. All the emotions. such a fun battle system. I haven't had much time to play. I've been playing games for Let's Plays. We've been playing The Captain. And we will be playing again Tales of the Neon Sea because that fucked up. I'm releasing Clinical Trial right now, which I recommend. It's about a clinical trial for an ADHD medication. It's a very good story. It's free on itch.io, which I recommend. And then I'm also Monochrome Pixels, which is also free on itch.io. You see a theme there because I like free itch.io games because they're free, which is about the gaming industry. And what have I been watching?
Very nice.
What am I watching on YouTube? What the fuck?
Anyways, to finish my statement, yes, when Joel got his head caved in with the golf club, we were like staring at the screen going, holy shit.
Yeah.
Not expecting that, but okay. But yes, that just, I wanted to finish my statement, but because I was rudely interrupted by work. How dare I do my job? Oh my god.
Oh my god, I know.
Right?
Alright, Desert Press Express is coming up this month.
Woo!
And you can't watch it.
I'll be at work. Yeah.
Hopefully you'll be
They're
at
literally
work.
starting and finishing before I'll get a chance to even watch any of it.
I'm sorry. Clearly you'll watch the highlights, if there'll be any.
Probably, yeah. I'll watch a little bit when I get home that night, but I'll probably, maybe a little bit in the morning. I'll miss the end of it. It'll be done in 24 hours.
Yes, kitty? Well, okay then, cat.
Ah, itchy itch. Okay, there we go. Alright.
Oh my god, it's gonna be 93 tomorrow. Isn't this spring, not summer?
Yeah. You're also in California.
Shut up.
My dude. Okay, so
Oh, I'm sorry, it's gonna be 95 tomorrow.
Well, okay.
I sometimes just have to stare and shake my head at some people.
What happened?
Well, so like I get why he's like, you know, I haven't got my benefits yet, and the last time like we replied to him in an email was back in March. But it's like, I called someone yesterday and they were supposed to forward it on. I'm like, if you called yesterday, you need to be patient. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Anyways, and then also the dude who like, it's never apparently because someone was like, yeah, one of my coworkers was like, yeah, if you get this dude, he's gonna be a doozy. I was like, so I pull up the account and then I was like, okay, there's no. I said to myself, okay, there's a note. So I said, hey, so why is it a doozy? Oh, because he thought his benefits were coming, but via Amazon, like next day Amazon. I'm like, yeah, it's never said that, like, you know, we do by Amazon, but apparently he was extremely mad. I'm like, good for you, Buster Brown. So, all right. So, hold on a second. I need to pull this guy back up. So she didn't reorder it. This was back on March 21st. But the shipping date was after she replied, so it may have been already in transit. Yeah, it's... But yeah, so with benefits, it's like there's a... Most of the time, people don't complain. But sometimes it's like but then there's the outliers of the people who call like a week or two after they renew, and they're like, "Where are my benefits?" Do be patient.
Last place you look.
Yeah, and then like then there's people who are like, I had a couple the other day where it was like, "Yeah, I renewed like last September and never got my benefits." My dude, how the fuck did you call before now? Anyways, refill order was shipped on 4/2. Well, I'll just resend the benefits.
Oh, this doesn't really matter, but we just recently realized that we have access to Apple TV through our phone service.
Oh, that's cool.
We've had it for apparently like a year and didn't know.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That's okay. I still have Amazon Prime, and I'm still... Which episode am I on? Let me take a look. I don't want to watch that. No, dude, I'm not... If I wanted to watch Reacher, I would go watch Reacher. So I'm only... Okay, no. Episodes. I've only watched the first 2 episodes of The Rings of Power.
Oh boy.
When Halbrand becomes the fancy dancy pretty elf boy. And wins over Celebrimbor.
Man, do I care about GTA 6?
Do you?
I don't know. I didn't really play 5. I own it because it was free. But I never played it.
Oh, I think it was in the bakery where someone was like, "Yeah, is GTA 6 anti-cop?" Of course. I'm like, of course it's anti-cop. I know, like, almost, like, I don't play this game, and yet I know enough about the franchise to go, it's fucking anti-cop. Like,
Called Grand Theft Auto.
yeah. Grand Theft is like, you steal cars, you crash cars, you run over people, you shank people, like, it's like, I think it's anti-cop, folks. Like, the previous 5 have been pretty clear in what this is. My dude. Sorry, I'm like... Sorry, like, the member ID does not match the name that is listed. I'm like, my dude. I know what, before I do that, let me look up by this guy's first and last name.
Maybe I lack caring because it took so long to come out.
Hey, that's a good point.
Or maybe just because I don't have a lot of time to play it.
Maybe.
or a lot of finances to buy it.
Also a possibility.
Oh, Foundation is coming back.
Ooh, very nice.
I should watch that.
Indeed.
If I can spell afternoon.
No, spelling is for sillies. If I've shown you anything, spelling is for sillies.
Of course. I still remember in the early days of talking to Cupcake, him going like, "Why the fuck is your grammar correct? We are talking online." I'm like, "Bitch, because that's how I talk."
You're also the only person who ever managed to teach me English mechanics. And I went to school for like 30 years, and you were the one that taught me English mechanics. I brought that up to my professor, that my, friend who had a working understanding of the English language was able to teach me the use of punctuation and mechanics.
Nice. You're welcome.
And I quote, "Well, you just put a period when you have a complete thought. What is a complete thought?" "Well, it's a complete thought." "Yeah, but what do you define as a complete thought?" And they're always just like, "Well, if you don't understand, you'll never understand." I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
Like, the biggest victory I've ever had is you teaching me what commas and semicolons are used for. Semicolons especially, because no English teacher could ever explain the use of a semicolon to me.
just through pure stubborn will and beating over the head. Like, that's what you use semicolons for.
Like,
What?
I fully admit that there's not a lot of uses for semicolons in normal, like, English conversation, like in writing. But, like, having you go, okay, like, here's an example. Here's why I used a semicolon and not a comma. And I'm like, oh, makes sense. Also,
Yeah.
I believe you were the one that taught me the use of to, as in TOO.
That makes sense as well.
Because I was like, I get TOWO, but what is TOO? And you're like, also? Also what? You're like, also. Huh? It means so. Oh, is that what that's used for? You're like, yes, of course. I'm like, that's what you use that for?
It's pure separateness of writing since I've been like 10 or 11 years old and just loving the English language and and the Oxford comma.
And like, yeah, oh yeah, the Oxford comma. Yeah, that also, like, you explaining how, like, when I was talking about, like, you're listing a description and, like, where the commas go. And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes complete sense. But, like, literally every English, they're like, it's in addition. I'm like, in addition to what? In addition. What does that mean? They're like, in addition, when you're adding something in addition to a sentence. I'm like, what? I sat there like, I don't understand. And you're like, it means also. Oh, and in addition, I said also. Yes, of course. Like, I'm going to go to TOO. Oh, yeah. Okay, now I get it. It's like, it was like, oh.
I'm going as well, or I'm going to.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I got there, and there pretty quickly. I'm trying to remember. There were a couple where it's like synonyms, or words that sound similar. That like it's this one. I'm like, yeah. I think you also broke me of wither, and weather when I meant to say like weather or. Like, how do you even spell that? You're like, yes. I'm like, yes, what? You're like, yes.
Yeah, there was times where I would like be reading what you wrote to me, and I'm like, just like the meme of like the mathematical computations of what is he trying to say? Oh, yeah. Like
well, and what's so terrible is I have a strong enough understanding of the English language that it's not like bad broken English. It's I don't know the right word, so I use a word that sounds very similar. Because my brain can't computate, like, I wanted to use this word, but I use this other word that is synonymous with it, but not quite right. And you're like, do you mean Y? I'm like, yeah, I said Z, but I meant Y. I really should have used X.
Well, you spelled gall like Gall, like he had the gall to do that. I was like, what? Oh, that's I had to like it was like I think it was like an RP.
Yeah,
so like,
yeah.
What are we talking about? What's going on? Okay, but the way you spelled it is a specific ethnic group from like Germany.
Gaul.
Yeah,
Like the Gauls.
yeah. I was like, my dude, it's Gall. That's what you meant.
Right.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
region of Northern Europe.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. And just like, oh my god. But it's like, yeah, just we've been speaking on a regular basis.
Right.
Dude, like we fucking talk more than I talk to my own like immediate family. Like that's not Mr. Mish.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they're just consistent speaking to you for over 20 years.
Right.
Because I met you after Mr. Mish, and Mr. Mish and I have been together for almost 22 years. So, yeah.
Right.
So.
And I remember that moment I realized that we had been friends for 20 years. It was like, no, fuck, no, time is passing.
I was like, yeah, because we met in my like freshman year of college.
Yeah, and I think I was late high school at that point.
Yeah. You're the same age as my brother, who's 3 years younger than me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you were like your junior year, maybe, beginning your
because we did nation states as a thing in poli-sci class, and that's how we met because I was in the Ile-de-France.
Yes. I was intrigued by this this interesting person. Exactly. Yeah. That's an interesting persona. Who is this?
Well, that was kind of the same. That was kind of the same experience I had, like meeting Keeks and all of them, and like PvP online. The initial response was like, "Who the fuck is this weird little shit? Get the fuck out of here!"
But yeah. I walked staring wide-eyed into the fucking fiery dark abyss and came back out alive. Dragging you out as an adult, kicking and screaming. All right, come on, let's go. It's like, I know adulting sucks, but let's go.
Right.
Adulting.
I know. But yes. Thank you for.
Hi, Beno. Hi, my big boy. Yeah? Could you not do that to my chair? No? Okay. 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 Okay.
Poor Mr. Cat, his life is misery. You can tell by how thin he is. Your fucking walking space heater.
Yes. Oh, my big boy. Oh, right there. Yeah. Have you ever heard of Knights of Sidonia?
Yeah, what about it?
Oh, this is an article talking about it, how it was overlooked because it came out about the same time as Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
Knights of Sidonia is also I think a Muse song? Yeah, I own it. I don't think I've actually ever watched it, but I own it.
Could you knock my mouse off? Thank you.
But he must.
Okay.
But he must. Oh, sorry. So the anime is spelled Sidonia. The song is spelled Cydonia. My bad. It's supposed to be good. I've never watched it. You know me, though. I have a pile a mile tall, and I'm like, I'll get to it eventually.
The pile has not moved.
Maybe I'll add it to my list, my ever-growing list of things I'm not watching.
Yeah, you didn't even finish the thing I finished. I finished an anime before you. My God.
I know. No. Let me put the lid on that before you start rubbing on it.
But parental, I must rub.
Mwah!
It is imperative. My butt all over it. Yes. And my head. And my smushy face.
Smushy. Ah.
Yes. So, how many words? I think I still need over 1,000. I'll be writing later tonight.
Ooh.
It's under tools.
No, don't attack the monitor. Nope.
Nom nom. Cat attack.
Oh, there goes my mouse.
I see another kitty must attack.
Where the fuck did my mouse go?
I guess that was their way of getting you up and moving.
And now they're knocking stuff off my desk. Behave.
But yes.
What is the next anime you're gonna watch?
I'm in the middle of one right now.
Oh, that's right. What are you watching?
Something Jobless Reincarnation, Musai Tenkai or whatever.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
I don't actually know the name of it. I just know the byline Mushoku Tensei, aka Jobless Reincarnation. It's interesting in that the dude is like, it starts basically from his birth, but like he's 10 years old right now, so like he's a kid.
Yeah.
And it's a harem anime.
Pretty sure it's gonna be a harem anime. He's met a lot of girls. he's a kid, so like they're not really doing anything with it.
Mm.
And I'm saying, like, I'm assuming it will be a bigger issue later.
I assume so as well.
This lists it
Oh,
as itchy. So, yeah. Is there a lot of fan service?
Not really. Not a ton.
Hmm.
The fuck is that dude's? Not dude, lady. There is a sword fighter that he's working with, who is an old friend of his father's, who is effectively fan service. She's big, tough, capable, but is not educated. Like they bring it up. He's like, you ever had trouble with money since you haven't been like adventuring with my parents, who are both educated? She's like, yeah. She's like, I was away, like I was on my own for a week, and I don't actually know math, or I can't. She's like, I can't read or write, and I don't know math, and like I realized after like one weekend that like I can't buy things because I don't know what the money means.
Oh boy.
I'm like, oh no.
yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
I'll see if I can find the character's name, because like when I see her, I will know exactly.
The usually competent woman and all their things about her brain. It's like, okay, fuck.
Oh no,
fuck
she's
her
like
up.
she's like a one-eyed alley cat. She's like a cat woman, the beast person or whatever. But like
Okay.
she's missing an eye, and she's covered in scars. It's like, it's like the alley cat. She's
Oh,
also
boy.
like a like high level sword fighter, like not like will end you in a swipe. Like it's a joke. It's obviously like she's both fan service and a kind of a joke character, but she's also not a joke character. That she's incredibly competent, just not educated. She's a fighter, not a scholar.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Tim.
Oh, hi, Tam.
Yay. Tam 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 tam.
See if
Hello.
I can find.
Nope. Phantom, you can't attack Tim.
But thou must. It is thine destiny.
Meow.
We're talking about anime.
Ooh, what kind?
Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. It's an isekai.
Another one?
Yes. Cupcake is
Please,
currently
okay.
watching it.
Ah, there we go.
Wait, as we speak.
Not as we
Yeah,
speak.
I'm in the process. Here, I will. Can I copy? There we go. I will post this in the text chat to show you the character I'm talking about, because, oh my god.
Hey, stop that, Phantom. That's some
That's fan
outfit.
service. That's,
Yeah.
As soon as I saw the top,
Yeah.
I was like, fan service 1000%.
Oh, that.
Yeah, most of the time the jacket's closed. But like she's tough. Like she's like ridiculously tough.
She's tough, but uneducated.
Yeah.
Not dumb, but uneducated?
No, like uneducated in the sense of like, I have spent my entire life training to fight.
Right.
I did not bother to learn how to read or write, because why do I need to be able to read or write if I can fight my way through anything? And then as soon as she was by herself with nobody else, who, it's like the adventuring party. It's fine as long as one of your companions is educated. If you have a party of barbarians and one mage, and the mage is incapacitated or away, and none of them can read, write, or do math, suddenly it gets real ugly real fast. They're tough as shit, and they can fight their way out of anything. But they can't exchange money. They can't read a note. They can't leave a note. Which is why it's always been my thing is that, like, people who are like, oh, I'm not gonna take, like, I always make when we DM a game. Everyone can read and write common. I don't care if you're a barbarian. Like, unless you know what you're doing, you don't get to have a character who is not formally, basically educated. Because it just gets real ugly. It's like, well, they don't technically know math. They don't know what numbers mean. And I'm like, no. Your character can do basic math. They can count money. They can read. They can write. Maybe not well, but they can do it. You don't get to have an illiterate character.
Unless, of course, they're Knuckles in Sonic Boom.
Oh, Sonic Boom was so good.
I love Knuckles is just literally the straight up meathead definition of like just all stats and flipping strength to get the intelligence.
Don't play the video game. The video game is shit, but the TV show was good.
Oh no, I love the TV show. It's just so many quotable lines.
I mean, the art, I'm only looking at the character. The art, minus fan service, looks very good.
Like, shockingly, while there is a lot of, like, hey, cute girls and scantily clad, whatever, like, they don't really ride that line real hard.
Okay.
Like, Ghislaine or whatever, like, the sword fighter, like, she's the first character who is, so far in the first season, who has been overtly sexual. Like, she's not, I don't mean, like, she's not overtly sexual, I just mean, like, she's got a sexy costume, attire, whatever. Like, everyone else has been fully clothed. You know, definitely have girls who are, like, you know, big boobies, big butts, whatever, but, like, they're not in any way, because they're not in any way sexualizing the children. Because he's got, like, a childhood friend, and now he's tutoring his cousin. What's up?
No, the not sexualizing children bit. Rare anime W.
Yeah, like they have a part where the first friend he makes, Sylph, he thinks is like he makes the mistake of, like, he thinks they're a boy, and, like, they get caught in the rain, and he's like, yo, like, we need to take a bath and warm up. And he gets undressed, and he's like, what are you worried about? Like, and they're like, no, don't take my shirt off. And he's like, what? Like, you gotta get over this, man. Like, we're both growing boys. Like, it's not a big deal. And they're like, no, I really wish you wouldn't. He takes his shirt off. He's like, what? Like, we're just boys, man. Whatever. And he grabs the pants and pulls down.
Oh.
Like, what are you afraid of? And he pulls the pants down, and he's, like, kneeling, and he's, like, face level with their crotch, and he just goes, whoop, and they sit down and start crying, and he's like, oh my god, Sylph is not a boy. Sylph is Sylphat. And his dad comes and he's like, what the fuck is going on? Then it cuts to him and his dad in the bath, and he's like, you really need to apologize. You really need to apologize. It's like 7 at this point. He's like, I'm sorry. It was a mistake. I didn't mean it, whatever. He's like, you gotta be more, like, you know, you gotta show more decorum. Like, you can't just rip clothes off. He's like, I thought they were a boy. And he goes down to apologize. He's like, I'm really sorry. Because of your figure and your short hair, I assumed you were a boy like me.
Oh.
And he just starts crying into his mother's chest. Like, she, like, hugs his mother and just like, and he's like, his dad's just like, oh, you idiots. And it's like, to the viewer, it's very obvious this is a female character. Like, the eyes give it away. Like, you know, anime girl eyes are, like, like, boys have round eyes, girls have, you know, like, that squinty, but, like, quartered. It's like, yeah, that's a girl.
Almond eyes?
Yeah, almond eyes, thank you.
To be so mysterious with her squinty eye.
So what have you been watching, Tim?
Is nothing an answer?
Nothing is an acceptable answer.
Nothing is the real answer.
It is always the real answer. Nah, too engrossed in work for that. What's watching stuff? I know nothing of this this watching you talk about.
I hear you. Except for the part where I've been watching stuff. But I have a partner who watches stuff, so.
You have a partner who has a functional brain. Rotter.
Sorry, we're using the term spouse because he doesn't like the term partner. It sounds too teenagery.
What's a brain?
Partner, whatever.
Husband.
Man toy.
Man toy.
That's derogatory against men. Fuck it, who gives a shit? He's a man toy.
And yet you were the one that said it in the first place. Why is this?
Alright, be right back.
Oh, come on. You all know. If there was no decorum rules, the shit that would spew out of my mouth would make a sailor blush. I would say the most unhinged, unacceptable things if there were no rules against it, because I don't give a shit. I don't. I would say the most fucked up shit because it would amuse me. And then I would probably get the shit kicked out of me.
All I'm going to say is some of the stuff that I hear at work is probably not for the repeating in here.
You need to get Pete, Taz, Jen, and I in the same room. It goes off.
That sounds
psychotic.
Like horror.
Oh, it's if there's no monitor, there's nobody to tell us no. We will say the most fucked up, unhinged shit that you can imagine.
Sounds like we should get the popcorn, is what I'm hearing.
This is where the running joke of Unga Bunga God of Assholes came from.
What? Good
I don't even remember the origin of the story, but I found, I think it was me, or either me or Taz. One of us found the image of Unga Bunga God of Assholes. It was the most xenophobic, racist thing you could imagine, and we were all laughing our asses off.
Hang on, I gotta look this up. What is this?
That and Jackhammer Johnson.
I's back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
How about you?
Cupcake, if you ever find that meme, please send it in my direction. I can't find it.
It's been years, but if I do, I will.
I love how, though, I try searching it and I keep scrolling, and every so often there pops up a little link. I'm like, oh, okay, let's check this image. And it's just literally an image that says, God cannot help you beyond this point.
Sounds about right.
Mish, what are you listening to?
So I will share it. It is a specific episode of Rui's Royal Over the Palace?
Because we can hear it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to make it go down. Sorry about that.
It did not indeed go down.
There we go.
Ah.
I'll tell you what did go down.
What?
A lot of networks today.
Oh,
What
yeah?
was fun?
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like...
BBG.
I thought you meant like cable networks or something.
Nope.
So is work real shitty?
Yep. Like, Taz will understand what I mean when I say we had Sev 1s today.
Yeek.
Yep. If you get any Sev 1s, Sev 2s is just like not going to be a great day, but when you get a whole bunch of Sev 2s and then a Sev 1 is just like, today is just literally, it's more than just a dumpster fire. You're literally looking at a full blown, everything's on fire, the world is coming to an end. So, no. Okay, maybe not that bad, but it's just, yeah. Stuff was very much broken. I think the Sev 1 was the surgeries breaker blew up or something like that.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Which of course took down all the equipment that runs a bunch of other like kind of satellite sites off of it. Yeah, one fun.
What the fuck? What the fuck is please put them on Takamine-san?
What?
What?
Say that again?
Please put them on Takamine-san.
That's the title of an anime?
Yep.
Now put your clothes back on.
Yeah. So, essentially, when this young female student takes off her underwear, she has the ability to rewind time.
Okay, that's a thing.
Good lord, what a premise.
It's a romantic comedy.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
It's also science fiction, but... Huh. Because I was scrolling anime, and it's just a picture of hands and her underwear coming off, and I was like, what the fuck?
Nice. The fact that I'm at the point in my life where I've just kind of, this is just, I'm just going to accept this is just how anime works. Don't question it. Just kind of stare off in 1,000 yards into the distance and just acceptance.
Yeah.
Also, apologies.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say apologies if you can hear my parents singing in the background. They've got the V-Day stuff on.
Can't hear a thing. Kind of want to get back into Marvel stuff now that, fuck, what is it called?
Thunderbolts?
Yeah, Thunderbolts was a hit.
I've kind of lost interest. Ish.
The only stuff in recent years, like of the TV series stuff I've cared about, was Moon Knight and Loki. But even then, I still haven't watched Loki season 2.
Yeah, I haven't watched Moon Knight.
Moon Knight's actually genuinely decent.
Yeah, I've watched both seasons of Loki because there's a group of us who are in a Tom Hiddleston fan server, and so we were watching Loki together. But Moon Knight is just, it was one of those things like, maybe I'll eventually watch it, maybe not. But then also, like, knowing, like, because I'm also in the server that's for a specific fan fiction that relates to DID, that has several people with DID in it. And it just seems to be like the overall consensus that while Moon Knight isn't as bad as Split, it's still like, eh. But I don't necessarily know that people will, for a while, I don't think people will correctly portray DID for a while. Like, I'm not saying it can't be done, but yeah. Like, there are some people who are like, oh, this is so cool. And there's some other people, like, because I've heard different things from folks who have DID where they're like, oh, this is a pretty cool concept. I like it. Then there's others who are like, this is a piece of shit. Because it's like, it indicates that, our alters are murderers or killers or whatever. And it's like, I can see that. I can empathize with that because in that one server where it was like, yeah, Zalisa's about Split, and they're like, Split? I'm like, yeah. Where basically, hold on a second. Let me find the plot line, the plot summary. Okay, so the synopsis, the film follows a man with DID who kidnaps and imprisons 3 teenage girls in an isolated underground facility. Okay, and so basically, like, so he apparently he goes to therapy, he's been professionally diagnosed. They have 23 separate personalities, but there's a 24th one who plans to rid the world of the impure, those who have not suffered, and is called, quote unquote, the Beast. Now, the Split is kind of in the same world as Glass, and I think it's Unbreakable, the first one that is that's released with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Where he basically, yeah. But I think it kind of all comes together in Glass. But yeah, it's words, and then of course, like, hold on, let me miniseries. Yeah, Moon Knight miniseries, please. All right, so Avatar, okay. So, like, but it's like, okay, so apparently, because I'm just like glancing through this really quick. So apparently, there's Mark Spector, there's Stephen Grant and Jake Lockley, and Jake Lockley is described in Wikipedia as a third, more ruthless alter. And Oscar Isaac noted Lockley has something more ominous about him and more control than Spector or Grant. So, head writer Jeremy Slater believed it was unclear if Lockley had good intentions or not, only that he has a secret arrangement with Khonshu that Spector and Grant are unaware of, and seems to be much more on board with his mission. So, like, that there's a at least morally gray alter whose intentions, if not overtly sinister or evil, are definitely unclear. So,
Mhm.
so I can definitely empathize because it's like mental health already has such a stigma to it. And to get correct diagnosis and correct treatments and possibly medication and therapy and then you have stuff like this where it's like, let me see, where you open this? We open close tab. Let's go back. So Moon Knight originally appeared in Werewolf by Night number 32 in August of 1975. So definitely, mid 70s, a little bit more progressive than 30 years before, certainly, but also like, at that point, DID was multiple personality disorder, schizophrenia. You're just crazy. You hear voices, like, So I'm assuming that there will be. It's not correctly, not because there was less information about it. Then it was presented in a way that isn't necessarily the greatest. And I would hope, and I would assume and hope that the comic book writers, as more information comes out, they would present Moon Knight in a better way. But again, I don't read the comics. I'm unfortunately not in charge, so they're gonna do with it the way they do with it. But yeah, and I'm like, oh, this, like I've seen clips and so I'm like, oh, this looks cool. I do like the fact that depending on which alter is fronting, when he has the outfit on, the style is different.
Yeah.
So I do like that. But also the whole thing of like, oh, hey, another Jewish man in service to an Egyptian entity. Someone also pointed that out. I was like, well, I'm not going to say too much about that. Yeah, I think some people are like grasping sometimes where it's like, yeah, you do have to be sensitive, but you also have to realize it's also fictional. So, and founded by Jews, like Marvel was founded by Jews, so you would think that they would like say something if they really thought it was offensive before they died, like. But I'm not gonna put words in people's mouths. So I'm not gonna sit here and try to like be all like social justice warrior. And it's like, look, like things need to change, and I don't necessarily have all the answers or the full perspective because I'm a white cishet Christian woman. So,
sorry, I was reading Moon Knight's Wikipedia page. Apparently, he hosted the Phoenix Force for a little while.
Ooh.
Just,
Interesting.
But with the issue of comics, it really depends on who's writing him for whether or not you're going to get good representation.
True. There's that too.
/ who's editing.
Yeah.
Hi, puppy.
I also know that, like, who's writing them, who's editing it, what's being kept, what's being cut.
What's popular in the mythos at the time, what culture is saying at the time. It's a shit show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moon Knight is kind of I mean, everybody says Iron Man is Marvel's Batman, but really Moon Knight is kind of Marvel's Batman. He's more of a detective, really.
Yeah.
When you look at it in that vein, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you get down to the nitty gritties, even though Moon Knight has powers but Batman doesn't, and Batman's not that kind of crazy, to be derogatory, but when you get to the getting down to figuring shit out and figuring out who did what, Moon Knight is more of a Batman.
Let's say Moon Knight or possibly also Daredevil.
Yes.
Would be a good analog for Batman.
Yes. Hang on, that was a weird email. But yeah, with all comics and media, it's all about where it came from. You gotta remember where it came from, what time frame it came from, who's writing it now, who's representing it now. Sometimes they think to change it and stuff like that. How they're representing it. And sometimes you gotta remember, just because it's showing mental health in a negative form, sometimes mental health comes in a negative form. Even though we've been showing it consistently in a negative form, doesn't mean it's not in a negative form sometimes. Just like sometimes...
I'm not gonna lie,
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I'm not gonna lie, I've only seen the TV series. Like, I've never read any of the Moon Knight comics, so...
I've read a couple of his interactions with Spider-Man. I've never read his own stuff. Like I forget what series it was, where he interacted with Spider-Man thinking that Spider-Man controlled all spiders. And he thought he was spying on him. It was rather funny. But he was calm, controlled, and took Spider-Man to heart. It was funny, but real. So, it was okay. But I don't have DID, so I don't know if that was insulting. I'm bipolar with a psychosis, so I look at those representations, which are usually not good.
Yeah. Like,
that's fair enough.
Yeah, I get that word. Yeah, there's and I can see where you're coming from, where it's like there are some mental health things that they never were pretty, they aren't pretty, and they never will be pretty because of the way they work with each person, the way they just are. Like what you have, Kiki. It's like, yeah, I'm sure you would love not to have the hallucinations,
right?
And and not to be sitting there like, okay, am I? Are you actually here, or what? What the fuck? So yeah, I'm quite sure that there are times where it's like, I wish things would not be this way, but they are. So,
I really wish horror movies wouldn't use mental health as a crux.
That as well.
But there are some great horror movies out there that do use mental health as a crux.
Take back Split.
Split isn't a great horror movie, but in my opinion, it's a great part it's part of a great franchise, in my opinion. But I think it's the lesser of the three.
True, yes. I haven't seen it, but I can see where you're coming from. But Like, whether or not it's good, yeah, horror movies do tend to be like, oh, because of this mental health issue, or they have mental health issues because of XYZ.
Or, hey, this place used to do mental health, therefore it is spooky.
Yeah.
Or, this place did LGBTQ stuff, therefore it's spooky. Or any sort of, it is not the standard, therefore it is fucked.
Yeah, or because of, like the mental, quote unquote, mental health institutions where you were sent to go no matter what. Like you said, it's not the norm. So anyone who exhibited, any kind of neurodivergency, LGBTQIA plus, anything that did not fit the rigid box.
Right.
And some people, it's just, yeah, they were high functioning neurodivergent people, or just they thought different. So, or they were, because I know that you see it a little bit in Call the Midwife, because they still have homes for people with like Down syndrome and such. And there was one episode where you met a character, and he has a more severe form of CP than Cupcake, but because his parents were told, like, you can't take care of him, he'll die when he's young, put him in a home. And so he's an adult living in a home, and he's perfectly normal, except he just needs a little extra help. So it's stuff like that where it's like, because of these institutions that where people were left to be forgotten and die, or experimented on, oh, it must be spooky and haunted, and they're out for revenge because the outside world hated them and treated them horribly and experimented on them. It's like,
I mean, I'd be out for revenge if ghosts were real, but
true.
But not on randos.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing it on randos. I would be like, okay, or like the first rando who could see me and talk to me. Okay, take me to the family of this person, this doctor. Where are their families? I want to fuck some shit up.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this also goes into,
or tell my story.
Yeah, but also kind of goes into something that the Elemental Mage series by Mercedes Lackey kind of goes into, in discussing the difference between like ghosts and possibly like revenants. So like, or like, some people are ghosts and they could talk to you, and but usually the idea was the higher the emotion, the less higher thinking that goes on. So if you die and you're so angry at what happened, which it could be totally legitimate, but the longer you linger, the less of a person you are, until after it's been long enough, you're just a wailing spirit that doesn't know that the living person in front of them isn't the person who dealt the atrocities. They just see living person in the place that where they were abused or whatever, and attack. So I don't know if that's actually what happens, but there's at least that part where it's like, well, maybe that's why some of these spirits are like that, because they're like, well, already they understand, like, okay, the person who did this to me is already dead. I can't get them, so I'm just going to hurt as many people as possible. Which, again, then kind of circles back onto the, like, everybody who's different and was not treated well is going to fight back and retaliate and get revenge. And it's like, no, a lot of these people are just like, we just wanted a family, we just want community, and like, yeah, it sucks, but at least we are in a semi-decent place that, or we have a purpose. Because some of these homes, like they did, like the, the chores, feeding the animals, whatever, cooking. So at least they have like some semblance of community. So it's like, if they don't have anything else to compare it with, yeah. But yeah, a lot of it is, like Kiki says, just stereotypes perpetrated from, I would say, like 50s, 60s, 70s, where mental health was not as understood, or they thought they understood it, and they didn't. And then all of a sudden it's not like this, but we're going to make all these tropes off of it because that's what sells. It sells. Michael Myers sells, and Jason Voorhees sells, and The Hills Have Eyes sells.
Yeah.
And, it's just like, well, I make money, so this is a well-known formula for making movie money.
Not that unwell or LGBTQIA people can't be bad people.
Yes.
Because they are, in the end, people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's just that they are so commonly the butt-in of the trope of bad people.
Yeah, and it doesn't help the people who are good people who are just trying to survive and live. It doesn't help those people get the help that they need by perpetrating that. But yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Rant over.
Hey, you're allowed to rant, my dude. Like, you have like 3 or 4 good fucking reasons to rant about that shit. It's like, society sees me this way, but I'm not this way. And they think I'm this way, but I'm not that way, I'm this way. Oh, but at least your letites are going down, if not going all the way away.
Assuming insurance will still cover it.
Yes.
Which...
I could make a joke about doing the trade, but I think we're about 4 years too late on that one.
You want my tits? Have my tits.
That's what I've said before. Like, I wish we could Venmo titties, because so many, male to female trans folks would be like, "Give me your titties," and a lot of people, like even like cis females who just want a breast reduction, would be like, "Here, take half my titties. Here you go. Here you go."
It's like there was a meme a few months ago going around where it's just like a trans femme and a trans mask walk in the room, and they both say to each other, "You have something I want."
Yes. Well, I think also, like, I saw like a Tumblr post where it was like a plastic surgeon or something, where they were like, one of my favorite things to do is chest reduction surgery, because that is like, they come in and it's like, and it's just the happiest. They're just so happy that it's finally happening. For whatever reason it is, it's finally happening. Like, finally reducing or getting rid of the milk bags. Yay! And
I
so,
can't wait.
like,
No, you finish.
no, I was pretty much done.
I was just going to say, I can't wait for the future where everything's plug and play. Yeah, that's right. You feel like titties today? No problem. We just plug them in, unplug them when you're done. Easy
Yep.
peasy.
Just. Oh, that'd be nice. Just want boobs with this outfit. Don't want boobs with that outfit.
Your boobs plug in with USB Type-C.
Ooh, pardon.
What's her face? Oh, there's a comedian.
It's stolen
Wanda
prizes.
Sykes. So Wanda Sykes has a bit about a removable vagina. I'm like, dude, like most of the times you don't want it, but if you're gonna go out on a date and you think it might be a hot date, you can plug in the vagina. You gotta get lucky. Put the vagina in the bag.
And here's the thing, right? You also it changes the game completely because you don't need strap-ons anymore. You can just switch it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody else notice Cupcake's gone very quiet?
Cupcake.
What?
Yeah.
Just making sure you're still there.
No, I'm not here. I'm in Oh, you guys got off on a topic and I lost track. And I was just like, I'll just go stare into the for a while and eventually something.
Well, we're no longer on that
Yeah,
topic,
zone
so
in when
you
you're
can
ready.
come back.
What are we talking about?
Plug and play body parts.
What? Why?
Why not?
Because convenience. You know, like this outfit would look better with
Look,
tits.
You can have plug and play body parts when you take care of your original body. Then we'll talk about getting you upgrade.
But I want upgrades now. Ow.
You're about to get an upgrade. Don't give me that shit.
Does that mean I have to cut out caffeine?
Yes.
No. Look, we're talking about illegal substances here, god damn it.
But I like huffing paint.
I want you to know they made the aerosol in canned cleaning air, compressed canned air, illegal in my state. It's a controlled substance. People were huffing. The age to purchase it is 21.
I think
Spray
it's
paint
18 here.
Spray paint is 18. Can I just point out something? We took it a step further in the UK. You know, so we call it Tipex here. You call it whiteout.
Yeah.
You have to be the age of 18 to purchase it in the UK now, I believe. It's either 16 or 18 because it contains solvent. Yeah, that's right. There's an age restriction on Tipex. Or whiteout, as you guys call it.
Good time. Good time.
So you have to be 16 to buy energy drinks. Thank God I turned 16 the year that law came in.
Dude, I know. I was confused as shit when they made it illegal for people to buy cigarettes until they were 21. I was like, oh, we're doing that now. Like, I don't smoke, so it didn't matter to me, but all of a sudden they're like, you have to be 21 to smoke. I'm like, what the fuck did that happen?
Me, a European, just, kind of standing here smoking and drinking into, well, the American stands there like, what are you doing? When I was that age.
I don't think we've banned children from being able to buy energy drinks yet. Assuming that's...
Okay.
No, because obviously we're considered an adult at 18, so there's no, 20... I don't think there's anything at 21 anymore in the UK. I think it's all 18, and then up to you whether or not you kill yourself with that stuff. You're on your own.
Do you have a fan on?
Yes?
Okay, I'm just checking. You sounded a little weird suddenly.
You can do the Dalek voice.
Go ahead and say what you were going to say.
Who, me or him?
Either.
I'm done.
Okay.
I don't even know what I was going to say, honestly.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't on the wrong mic again.
Oh, God. Let me go look.
No, don't with just people on the wrong mic. No, that is
I'm on
my
right.
support query I hate so much.
No, seriously. Tam, every time Windows updates or think Discord updates, it switches my default mic to the one in the webcam. I have this thing.
Do you outright disable it in the webcam?
I can't. That's how old my webcam is.
Oh, geez. So you can't? No, as in you can't go into the Windows setting and just outright disable it
Yeah,
in Windows.
It doesn't. I mean, I can, but it just comes back as soon as I update the computer.
Oh
Well,
wait,
yeah,
it's Windows. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the
Right.
same thing that happened with me because I went to house and dog sit from my brother and sister-in-law. So I shut everything off, unplugged everything, and then plugged everything back in. Took me like 3/4 of my workday to realize the reason why people weren't hearing me is because the microphone reset to my webcam microphone and not my headset microphone. And so I had to go to settings and then go, okay, microphone usage, this.
Right.
For the headset and not the webcam.
Oof.
Isn't Windows fun?
Windows is the best.
Oh yes, like it's totally not shit. Totally not. We've had to ban the most recent version of Windows 11 at work because it fucks a lot of things up and can also brick your computer. Nah, it's great operating system.
I'm not
Good
looking
fun.
forward to October.
Why? Nothing's going to change. You just won't be able to get updates from Windows.
Yeah.
There are still people using Windows XP according to Steam's survey, or at least until it was completely blocked by Steam, I guess. Whenever that was, I think there's still people using Windows 7.
That I could believe. Well, I'm still using 10. I don't feel any need to upgrade my computer. Like, well, you have to upgrade because yours doesn't use TPM 2.0 or whatever. I'm like, ugh.
How to put it? TPM's great in a sense, but we. I mean, it's good for security, but like,
Right.
like we're not at a point where we can just push that sort of thing. Otherwise, you're going to get another Vista situation where everybody just. Well, I mean, a lot of people haven't moved over to Windows 11 for the simple reason of it is
Forget
a
Vista.
little bit like Vista.
Forget Vista. How about Windows 8?
Ugh.
No. The reason I bring up Vista specifically is because on the surface, Vista was good in terms of certain things, but because it was too much too soon, very few
Right.
people adopted it, and it was just seen as a broken, janky mess because nothing could run it.
Right.
And that's the problem with Windows 11 is that you have to have a machine that is at most 7 years old. Which sounds like a long time, but for a lot of people, especially older people, it's kind of they're holding on to machines that are probably a decade old or more and will happily run Windows 10 to the end of time.
Right.
Sorry, boring nerd stuff.
Hey, worries.
Hmm.
Yes, drink the water.
It's iced tea.
Keep yourself hydrated.
It is tea. Ooh, I am a little swollen. Oh boy.
Wonder why.
Being
alive.
Yeah. My blood pressure might be a little high.
Yeah, not much. Almost done with my workday. Woohoo!
Woohoo! How do we feel about the new Pope?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like he's the first American.
Okay.
I don't remember. I watched a video on like the different Pope options, and I can't remember if he was one of the good options or the bad options.
He is from Chicago.
That means nothing to me.
Because I did see a Twitter post from Barack Obama about, fellow Chicagoan, congratulations, etc., etc.
Right.
Yeah. That's all I remember. He's American from Chicago.
Yep.
That's I mean, other than the fact that the Pope has influence on the world, it doesn't really have influence on me personally as an atheist. He just has influence over the world. Because people will listen. That's all I care about. So what
yeah, that's fair.
So what they think matters to me?
Basically, as long as he says the right stuff, fair enough.
Right enough. Still Catholic.
True.
I mean, he has to be the Catholic Pope, but...
Is the Pope a Catholic?
Is the space Pope reptilian?
Oh my gosh.
I've actually been to the Vatican, not inside the building, but obviously in the square out the front.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it's bigger than it looks on. Actually, I'm trying to remember actually, because how many years ago was it I went? Wait, is it really 8 years ago this summer? Fuck. Because it's just literally you go for a stroll around like it's in Rome. Yeah, in Rome, and then oh my gosh, there it is. Might as well go in. Tick it off the list of countries you've visited.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, if you ever get the chance, I would recommend going to Italy. It's a really nice country to go to.
Indeed.
Just whatever you do, don't go when it's 43 degrees Celsius.
So like midsummer.
Yeah. Saying that though, it's actually like 42,
the same
43,
thing for like the South United States. It's like, don't go to the Southwest or Southeast in mid-July. You will be sorry. It's like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
I don't know what it's like in the South United States, but I know in Italy it's weirdly enough like 43 there is slightly more bearable than say like 10 degrees cooler but in the UK, but that's because like when it got to that temperature it was quite dry in Italy.
Yeah. 43 degrees Celsius is like 109 Fahrenheit? Holy fuck.
Yeah, that's southern United States to a T, about mid-July.
Sorry, I keep forgetting to do the compression.
Yeah, the southwest, which is desert, can get into 120, but it's heat. The southeast or the deep south could be that hot and then have a wet bulb high enough that you can't cool. That's the one they're worried about now.
Here's the thing, like 43 when it's dry is far more preferable to 43 when it is humid.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, if it's humid, you can pass the wet bulb temperature, which I forget what it is. But basically, there's a theoretical wet bulbing humidity temperature that when you pass it, humans cannot passively sweat. Like, the humidity the humidity percentage is so high that human sweating will no longer cool them down. You'll just continue to cook.
If you want a good example of an environment like that, when I was working at the pizza joint, so the oven would be pumping out temperatures in the region of 250 degrees Celsius. So imagine, right, that hot air is blowing out into the kitchen. The kitchen temperature gauge is clocking in the middle of summer about 45 to 50 Celsius. So that's what?
113?
Fahrenheit, something like that. You are literally at that point, because obviously you're in a kitchen, there's lots of stuff with liquid in it. It gets pumped into the air when it goes through the oven, which makes the environment very, very humid. You find very quickly, especially if you're working right in front of the oven, you are just stewing in your own juices. You have to take regular black breaks just to down an entire bottle of water, because what you put in just comes straight out. Like, you are not going to the toilet at that temperature. You are literally just sweating it straight out again.
Right.
But it's also really strange, because the longer you do it, the more your body kind of gets not used to it, in the sense of, like, you can just sit there and work in it. You kind of like, this is okay. I can tolerate this, but I still should go have a drink. It's why people. Oh, God, sorry. It's why people, when I'm at work, find it so strange that in the height of summer, I can now sit there in a jumper. Like, I'm just used to it from years of working in kitchens prior to this.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, like, that I can sit. It's 30 degrees outside, and I'm still in a jumper.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of the Gen Zs around here, like in the spring, not necessarily the summer, but in the spring, live in their sweaters and hoodies when it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
Right.
Isn't there a thing that says, like, body temperatures are slowly with each generation, like the core body temp is, like, getting ever so slightly lower, something like that?
Possibly?
But, like, the body's kind of more, so, like, didn't they used to say something like, you're gonna have to tell me what it is in US units, because I don't think I can translate it quick enough. But you know, the body temperature when you put a thermometer in, here it's 37 roughly. For you guys, it would be
98.5, something like that.
There we go.
Yeah.
They're saying that it's actually going down. So they recorded people who are like Gen Z and Gen Alpha, whose core body temp is like, it's only like a matter of point whatever, but it's gone below 37 or something like that, something weird like that, and it's like 36 point something.
Yeah, the normal body temperature hovers closer to 97.5 Fahrenheit, apparently. In the younger generation.
Yeah, I just know that sometimes Mr. Mish is at a loss with how my feet are. Because, well, right now they're they're on the, I would say, comfortable chilly scale. But, like, because I've had, like, the window open for a few hours. But a lot of the times, even in winter, I am going barefoot inside of the house.
Yeah.
Because my feet are tiny little furnaces. And they're so hot all of the time. And then I don't pay attention. I'm like, oh, my feet are cold. Very nice. There's a ritual go. There are these things called socks. I'm like, yeah, but then they get warm and I have to take them off. So I'm just gonna leave them off.
That's not why I don't wear shoes, but I agree wearing socks and shoes in the house unless my feet are cold. It's just weird.
Like I have a pair of like slippers underneath my desk so that if they do get cold, I can just slip them on, slip them off.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I'm in the house and I'm not going out again, or I'm not going out for a while, socks and shoes come off. Totally off.
I also don't wear anything around the parking lot.
Right.
Because I just look where I'm going.
Yeah. The one thing though is I still remember because my sister-in-law went to law school in New York City, and then for my cousin's wedding in New York City, we all went. And after when we were walking back to the hotel after the reception, she had her shoes off walking down the street in New York City. And I was sitting there going, my feet hurt like a fucking bitch, but I am not walking barefoot in New York City at night when I can't see shit.
No, I only do it when I can see and it's a familiar place.
Yeah.
Or it's inside.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit. Like, no thanks. I will suffer briefly.
Like, yeah. I was going to show you my feet, but then I realized I probably can't lift my feet up. Also, don't want my feet on the internet.
Right.
Well, I mean, unless you're going to get paid for them, so.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ooh, my feet
These
are
dogs are
swollen
worth
too.
money.
Well, first off, I posted in the chat, but apparently Skype, as of this month, is no longer available, and you're going to use Teams, apparently. But also, I was doing an Overwatch game.
Mm-hmm.
And, pre-match, we're all sitting there waiting for it to start, because there's like a push maps, for example, both sides are just sitting there waiting for the gates to open. And someone went, anyone here got OnlyFans? And I immediately without thinking, my response was, I have an OnlyFeed. And there was some laughter typed out. Then no more talk of OnlyFans. I was like, I felt fucking weirdo.
Nice.
Nice. You got him shut up though.
Yeah, I was like,
On this point.
I don't feel like listening to the fucking weirdos like that. So time to fucking weird the weirdo. Another time someone typed out, I will punch you in the throat. And my response was, oh yes, harder, daddy. I was like, I will mad. You're fucking weird. If it will make you stop. Play the goddamn game. Oh.
Internet.
The internet is really, really great. For boys.
Yep. When's the last time I actually went looking for porn?
On the topic of porn, when I was searching for porn, any specific genres? Mhm.
AO3 porn, or are we talking regular porn?
No, you gotta get in specifics.
Oh.
Specific tags. Oh, my headphones fell out.
Well, if we're talking specific tags, monster fucking, size difference.
Slime girls.
Usually Omegaverse, Abiodynamics.
I can't remember the last time I actually went looking for porn and it wasn't just randomly in my face.
Oh.
Because I don't keep filters on, so it's just like scrolling. Oh, hey, porn. Scrolling. Hey, porn.
This is why I am getting a separate phone for work, because I open Instagram and then I remember, oh yeah, some of the people I follow are horny fucks. I should probably close that.
Yeah. Like, a lot of artists I follow also do porn. A lot of reference people I follow also do porn. I'm on Reddit, so porn. Yeah. I can't remember the
I
last
used to be
time
for
I've
Twitter.
actually went for porn, though.
True.
What did you say?
True.
Who?
Tim.
Oh. I said the only reason I had a Twitter.
Yeah.
I think you can finish this sentence. I'm glad I got rid of my Twitter.
I got rid of my Twitter a long time ago. I'm on Blue Sky now. Thanks to Mish.
Same here.
Back when it was
I rarely
invite
use it.
only.
Please, yes. If Skype is no longer used, sorry, I'm kind of. But yeah, I've curated my Twitter algorithm enough that it gives me what I want and none of the heinous schlitzits. And also I use it when I post, I use it to like when I'm commissioning artists or like posting a commission from an artist or posting my stuff, I'm like, yeah.
All the people I were following were leaving it anyway, so
yeah.
The ones I didn't follow to other places like Instagram or Blue Sky, I ended up just doing their Patreons anyway.
Yeah, like I made sure to like the people that I knew, like especially with the whole TikTok ban thingy, I made sure to like the people who I wanted to keep in contact with. Like one creator was already in his Discord, but I made sure to follow him on Blue Sky and Patreon and YouTube, and you know, like just going other places and you know.
all the places.
Yes. Girl, hey, look, I'm telling you what I want to do. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's right. Our FK Jr. wants to make an autism database.
Yep.
Indeed.
Yeah. That about sums it up.
This is going to sound really bad, but do you know who'd be the best person to make that database? Somebody with autism, because it would probably be properly organized.
Ha 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 ha. Actually, a lot of the people I know who have autism aren't actually that organized. But there are different kinds
my
of...
brothers are playing up.
There are different kinds of autism, so...
They used to have, like, I was watching a video on it recently, they used to have the different names for it. But now, obviously, due to certain reasons, especially what my brother was diagnosed with, the names were dropped in favor of just ASD. Because Asperger's, need I say any more as to why it doesn't take much searching to find out why that name was retired.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the other names, it's kind of... Some could be argued as borderline offensive, if not just straight up offensive, and some it's kind of, do you neatly fit into this, or is it... There's a lot of kind of overlap and whatnot.
Right. Well, that's why they made ADHD and ADD just ADHD.
With, was it 3 subtypes, but they're kind of just broad descriptors based on the symptoms. Because what is it? It's ADHD, predominantly hyperactive or H, and then ADHD predominantly, what's the opposite of hyperactivity?
Inattentive.
Thank you. And then C type, which is just you're kind of evenly split between the two ends of the spectrum, in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Which most people, I think, fall into C type, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Who are of ADHD, you say?
Okay. Yeah. I am inattentive. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'd say Cupcake's really inattentive right now.
What do you want me to say? I'm not, like, I don't have anything to add.
That is okay.
I'm cracking bag jokes, sorry.
You're what?
What did you say? You were a little garbled.
Oh, I'm cracking bad jokes, sorry.
Oh.
Bill Gates is giving his remaining fortune to the Gates Foundation, which will close in 20 years? Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, how old is he, though? It's like nearly 70.
I have no idea.
And if you look at how the foundations are made, it's kind of, he still has full control over what the money does.
He is 69. Nice.
God damn, it's 10 o'clock already. Where's this time gone?
What does the Gates Foundation even do?
Okay, I gotta figure this out. Oh, there we go. Alright. Go.
The foundations for Gates, I don't know.
Earlier, my phone was being a little bit of a doofus.
Alright.
And not showing me. It's like the call ended. I'm like, no, the call did not end. And then so I let it sit there for a second. And there it is. So I can get up and move around and.
The call ended, says who?
Says the call.
Oh.
It does scholarships and social health stuff.
When they involved in like building a well at one point for water or something, I can't remember. I think it came up in...
Ooh.
I have no idea.
It's 53 degrees.
Ooh.
Very nice. Hippy jeebies. Heebie-jeebie-doobies.
Give you the heebie-jeebies.
Yep. I'm putting on actual pants. Because I'm going
Weird.
outside in public. Sounds good.
Pants in the
Public?
public?
Fuck,
I
there's
know,
an
right?
outside world? There's an outside world? No!
Yes. Oh, no worries, Tom. We've actually gone on a little bit more than we usually do, which is not a bad thing.
Well, I had a phone
But,
call.
well, yes, you did. You had a phone call, and then we got Tim in here so we could talk about more things, and yes.
Poof, I disappear again. So somebody's posted what all the different colors of the Pope smoke means.
Aren't there 2? Or are there 3?
Not in this guy's version.
Oh, okay.
So, black smoke, we don't have a Pope. White smoke, we do have a Pope. Grey smoke, we might have a Pope. Red
Right.
smoke, stop for the Pope. Green smoke, go Pope, go. Yellow smoke, watch out for the Pope. Purple smoke, great flavored Pope. Orange Pope, glad I didn't say banana Pope. God damn, so stupid.
Very nice.
Alright, how long have we been recording?
And then big smoke. CJ! Oh! Guess I just referenced GTA. What of it?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. I hear nothing.
Nothing to see here. Moving on.
Nothing to see here, darling. Moving right along.
Well, before I end this all, is there anything we're looking forward to?
Going to bed.
Okay.
Get out of my head, Tim. Get out of my head.
Never! You are
my head.
Nope, don't do that. Everything's fine.
Okay.
This is fine. Everything's fine. Casually, everything in the room just bursts into flames.
This is fine.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Casual excursion into oblivion.
Oh yes, I am getting a haircut on Sunday.
Ooh.
Have him cut it back down to the shaggy pixie cut thingy.
I don't know if you
Okay.
guys noticed, but I got a haircut. And that I cut
Yes.
it.
I did.
I cut it because I don't get haircuts.
Is it,
Because I'm not fancy
quick question,
like
is it
Mish.
just...
What were you
This
gonna
is a
say?
great question. Is it just at the front, or does it go a bit further back as well?
Oh, you didn't notice?
Yeah, just at the front. I think everything else is pretty
When
much.
when they said cut, they meant cut.
Took a goddamn razor.
It's like something out of a bad anime.
I mean, to be honest, quick question: does it make it easier to wear headphones?
Yes.
You
And
can see
no.
the perfect indent on the top of Keek's head.
I mean, they certainly slide off less because I have that problem where my hair is too smooth, and the headphones just go woo.
I have at work. I have one of those. Mish might know the one I'm talking about. The headphones that are designed purely for picking up calls, where it's kind of on one side and then it's got like a weird thing on the other side. Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about.
The
Yeah.
clip.
Yeah. So I have my hair tied up at work, and I absolutely hate whipping them off. So I kind of just leave them on because they get tangled in my hair every single time.
Right.
Because I have the side with the actual headphone on the side where I don't have hair.
Right.
Okay.
So it gets tangled on the other side where there's the little nub bit.
Yeah. No fun.
Hate it. No. A number of times I've pulled out hair as well because I've just been like, nope, done with this call, fuck you.
Ow.
Yeah, now I'm just aggressive with the button on the side of my headset, which they have ear piercings now. That's not the smartest idea.
Then it turned out that Keeks was never recording. And
I started recording before I even made the call. Unlike that one time before where I wasn't sharing to you.
That was funny. Like, you see what I'm talking about, right? I'm like, see what? You're like, oh, right, I need to share.
And my hard drive is fine.
My favorite one of all time was
we had, like, for real.
one of the best episodes we ever recorded. Like, Keeks' hard drive ate it or something, and it was just like, there's nothing there. Just silence for 2 hours. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was like, and like wait, like it, yeah, like 2 hours in, and like we check it, it's like, oh shit.
That.
Oh yeah.
Oh, OBS, I love you and hate you.
OBS, obvious bullshit.
It's free, so.
True.
Can't hate it too much.
Obvious bullshit.
Right. You didn't pay for it.
I get paid to work and I still hate it.
Alright, folks. Thanks for podding with me.
No, you.
Thanks for having us, Kiki.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alright.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.